Welcome to Learn and Go, the podcast. Hey, my name is Sydnee. I am your host, and I am also the author of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. I am really glad to be back here with you guys tonight. I see Mortimer is here. Hey, sweetie. I am so glad that you have hopped on with me tonight. First off, hey, Lizzie's here too. Hey, beautiful. Thank you for hopping on too. All right, first and foremost, I just want to thank everyone for being patient with me, especially in the last week. I was going to put makeup on tonight, but the way this week is going, I just am afraid I'm just going to cry and it's all going to come off. So, excuse the it's spooky season. It's me without makeup. But yeah, I just wanted to thank all of you guys for understanding. It has been an awful week and a half since I had to say goodbye to my fur baby. And so that's why I wasn't able to do the show last week. I literally couldn't eat. When I ate, I wanted to throw up. So I didn't want to try and do a show and risk barfing all over the place. So I just want to thank you all for being amazing and understanding that I just needed that time to kind of get my shit together before I could hop on. But I missed you all so much. I love our Wednesday nights. I love when we get together and we just hang out and chat and see what is going on with everybody. We have Luna Projects here too. Love you, sweetie. She sent me the most amazing gifts. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Lizzie. Tanya's here too. So glad you're here. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you guys so much. Love you guys so much. Yeah, so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole as much as I would love to talk about pets. Tonight is not the night, not up to that yet, but it is the first day of October. I am sporting Freddy Krueger. I am sporting my candy corn socks. I am so ready for Halloween. I love October. I know you all do too. So, hey, Kyler. So I thought I would kick tonight off with October, spooky season, awesomeness, and talk about this past weekend. My husband and I went up to the mountains and we were watching Sunday Night Football, and Jerry Jones was on. If you don't know who he is, he's the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. He's also approximately 158 years old. So he comes on, and I say to Dave, I'm like, my God, he looks like Reverend Kane from Poltergeist 2. And Dave's like, I don't think I've ever seen that. Now, you guys all know, if you've known me for a while, things come up, movies, shows, and I will hide under my microphone because, like, people are like, the things that most people have seen and I haven't. So I'm always like, Okay. So this was my husband's chance to be like, So it's on Tubi. If you've never seen Poltergeist 2, you can absolutely check it out on Tubi. So we put it on. First thing I noticed was that Jerry Jones actually looks like Reverend Kane and Christopher Walken had a baby. I was a little off on that. Second thing I noticed was that the song that Reverend Kane sings, I thought was a song that we sang in Sunday school. I've been singing that song that I thought it was for 45 years, however old that movie is. 40 years probably. I was wrong. We watched it. I'm like, that's not the song I thought it was. The Tequila Worm was exactly what I remembered, though. So, what are your must-watch Halloween time spooky movies? Even if you watch spooky movies all year long, what are the ones you have to watch in October, or it's not Halloween season for you? Now, within the last few years, I was tardy to the party on this one too. I finally saw Hocus Pocus and I adore that movie. So that one is one I have to watch every year. It's not scary, but it's definitely a Halloween staple for me. And um yeah, I was gonna say I'm like reading the comments and my train's crashing. Kyler! Congratulations on your new job. That is awesome. Congrats. I'm so happy for you. That is amazing. I'm so glad you shared your good news with us. Definitely put good news in the comments so we can shout you out. I know Mortimer had an exciting week being the Toxic Avenger with Lloyd Kaufman, Trauma, doing Trauma events. That was so cool. I am so excited for you and so proud of you. You deserve all the good things. So that is awesome. Aaliyah made it. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here too. All right. So as far as movies go, Lizzie says Halloween 3. Okay, that's another one. Tardy to the Party. Saw it for the first time last year, believe it or not. Loved it. Tell me again, Tom, who's the guy that is the main dude in it? Because he's in Night of the Crepes, which I love that movie. I love when he answers the phone. He's like, thrill me. So when I saw it was him, super duper excited because I love that actor. But also I remember seeing the commercials for Halloween 3 when I was little and like I was allowed to watch horror movies and it like freaked me out. So when I finally saw it, I'm like, this is not as scary as I thought it was going to be, but love the song Silver Shamrock. 30 days till Halloween. Love the movie. Good stuff. I'm so glad I finally saw it. But yeah, that one I want to watch again this year. Luna says The Crow, The Lost Boys, The Exorcist, The Shining, and Nightmare Before Christmas. I was going to say Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie, 100%. Lost Boys is my year-round, but love that movie. I told you guys before I'll have to like post a picture of it. I have all of my Lost Boys Funko Pops up there. I have Michael and I have Sam and I have David. I think they're the only ones I have for now. But I would love to add to my collection because Lost Boys is one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. Skull says Scary Godmother. It's a kid's cartoon, but I watched it as a kid and still watch it. I don't know that one. I will definitely have to check that out for sure. Yes, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I got a rock. I say that all the time. And Mortimer says, I watch too many horror movies to pick just one. That's why I said, even if you watch them all year, because I know you guys, I know how much you love your horror movies. So what is like Halloween as opposed to just scary movie? Yeah. How can a billion Chinese people be wrong, Michael? You're eating maggots, Michael. How do they taste? I love that movie. So one that is one I do all year long, but it kicks itself into high gear for Halloween is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was just there this past Friday. My older brother and I go monthly. It's always the last Friday of the month, and we go. There's a live shadow cast. It's fantastic. My favorite live cast member is AJ. He is a black lab, and they dress him up like a wiener for the "You're a hot dog," and he like walks across the stage in his hot dog costume. The goodest boy. He is so well behaved, and like for the dinner scene, he just comes and sits at the table. Like definitely best cast member of all time. But we're also going to see it Saturday night, and then they're doing it again Halloween night, and you can see it several times a month. You know, at least in this area. It's like Philly, Delaware. I don't go up to New York, but I know they have New York showings, stuff like that. So definitely if it's something that you've always been interested in, see if it's playing around you because it is awesome. And it is the 50th, and 50th birthday of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. In fact, when we saw it Friday, it was on the 50th birthday. So I turned 50 this year. Rocky Horror turned 50 this year. Good stuff. Good stuff. 75 was a good year. Let me get a little sippy sip. And Tatiana, to all of you at home, that means you can take a sip, take a toke, whatever you want to do. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be water, whatever you're drinking. I know it's Wednesday, so not everybody has a little alky drink on a Wednesday. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was pretty crowded this past week. We've gone some weeks where it's been a little lighter, and where we're going on Saturday is just an AMC theater. And it's where I took the kids. I'm trying to remember how old everybody was. I believe my youngest was 15 or 16. And they're 20 now. So it seems like it was longer ago than it might have been longer ago than that. But I'm telling the kids, oh, you're going to love this. The audience, everybody shouts lines at the movie. It's so much fun. People get up and they do things and blah, 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 blah. We get there. I was the only person in the theater who knew the audience participation and did the entire movie by myself. So at least I can say that. I actually, in a movie theater, did all of the audience participation for Rocky Horror by myself. The next year, I got my older brother to go with us. And so he and I did it. And when we got there, we're like, because there was this like elderly couple in front of us. And we're just like, oh, we're going to be like yelling about butt sex and shit. We're like, oh, God. So we just went with it because it's Rocky Horror. And at the end of the movie, they came up and they went, thank you both for a wonderful time. So you never know, But like it was good to be in the theater where we go on Fridays, because that's usually a bunch of people that are familiar with it. So you're not the only person yelling the lines. So I'm curious to see how it goes on Saturday, because I said to him, I'm like, we should like talk to the theater and be like, look, we'll come and do the audience participation if you advertise that you're doing Rocky Horror. Like, do it a couple weekends, because I just want to keep it. I don't want it to disappear because they don't perceive that there is an audience. Like I would absolutely give them a couple weekends to just go do the audience participation. I think that would be fun. So, hey, look at you. Look, I see what you're up to. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. I'm sure there has to be somewhere near Cincy that does it, Luna Projects. Like I would absolutely think that it's showing somewhere around there. So yes. So Mortimer says that he and Lizzie and I have all watched Mr. Melvin. I watched it at Trimathon with my buddy Johnny and my buddy Annie. And we had so much fun seeing it. Like that was a good night. That was a lot of fun. Seeing it. Lucy Resident, you have never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show, ma'am. One day we will be on the same coast, and I will absolutely introduce you to another one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. I don't have, it's up there on the shelf. I don't feel like going over to get it. I have my little metal lunchbox for Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I saw that they had Funko Pops for Rocky Horror, but I don't have any yet. So they are on my list. I'm like looking around at my Funko Pops. I'm like, no, that's Deadpool. That's Loki. I have like different types of Loki. And I have Randall and Dante from Clerks, and I have Silent Bob and Jay from Clerks, and I have several Ash from Evil Dead. So, and I have Howard the Duck, and I have Super Cow from Cow and Chicken. So I have kind of like a plethora of Funko Pops, but I'm definitely looking to add to my collection because I think they're fun, although they're designed in such a stupid way to try to keep them from falling over on their heads. But I think they're adorable. So let's see. What else do you guys watch for Halloween? Can we watch Peanuts this year, or is it who bought the Peanuts things and they like you had to pay to watch them? Was it Apple TV? I forget. But it was one of the streaming channels, and I was pissed because it wasn't like whoever has Hulu is that or ABC, I think that's Hulu. It wasn't that. It was like you had to pay a different service for it, and I thought that was crap, but I can't remember. Um, let's see. You can take your umbrella to Rocky Horror. That would depend on the theater. Because a lot of them now sell prop bags because they don't want you throwing rice. They don't want you squirting water guns. You can't have open flames, but flaming is encouraged. So you can't have lighters, stuff like that. So it would depend on the theater. There is one scene where it's like raining, but she uses a newspaper. So you usually put the newspaper over your head if you're doing the props. So that is fun. Let's see here. Mortimer said from Clerks, the guy who follows Dante's girlfriend to the parking lot is the original. No way. The original Toxic Avenger. Mark, isn't that his name? I did not ever know that. Oh my God. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks in a row. Hey, Freddie. Thanks for hopping on here. I'm so glad that you are joining us too. That is awesome. And yeah, okay, Peanuts are on Apple TV. Thank you, Tanya. That's what I thought because I'm like, that sucks. Like, I think we still have Apple TV. We have it, then we don't, then we do, then we don't. But a lot of people don't. And you should be able to watch Peanuts. Like, that should just be on regular cable. Let's see. Oh, Lizzie says, we keep our Funkos in their boxes so they don't get all dusty. Mine are like half and half. Like I literally have 2 Lokis in their boxes and 2 out of their boxes. I don't know what my basis for doing that was. I have no idea what my thought process was. Let's see here. And like my Clerks ones are in the boxes, but Super Cow is not. Like I said, there's no thought process. So I don't know what I was thinking. Let's see. Oh, Mortimer says, yep, it's him. Okay. Cool. Very cool. And Luna says, I found something. Think they might do something special. Peanuts? Or are we talking about the Rocky Horror in Cincy? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the different conversations we have going on here. There's a Toxie Funko. I think I may have seen that and I wanted to get it, and for whatever reason I couldn't when it came out. That's awesome. I'm so glad you guys got it. Cool. Okay, yeah, Rocky Horror. Awesome. You should check it out if you've never been, especially the live casts make it extra fun. And I love the one that we see because it's like all different genders of people and anybody can play any character and they all do. They all switch them up each month, like there's playing different people. And then there's a live cast in Philly, and Nick Infurter always plays Frank, and he is phenomenal. He looks like Edgar Allan Poe. He's amazing. And I think that is the same people play the same characters in that cast, but then the other one, they kind of all mix it up. So it's fun. Each cast is different. They all have their different thing, like personalities and quirks that make them special. So please, please, please go out and support the people that are keeping this movie going, and the lore and it's just so fun, and it's 100% unique. There's nothing else like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's your birthday on Sunday, Kyler. Everybody wish Kyler a happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. I hope you have a blast. I love all your happy news. That is phenomenal. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, Lizzie, the Target employees lied to you. Says we barely got it. The Target employees tried to tell us they didn't have any, but the app said they had 5. So I bought it on the app and made them go grab it and give it to me. You are the queen. You are a freaking rock star, Lizzie. That is phenomenal. Love it. Birthday wishes for Kyler. I'm so excited. Yay, birthdays. Birthdays are fun. Okay, and Luna says they're doing another one on October 30th. A lot of places typically have them around Halloween, so I was surprised that they had in August and not Halloween. I'm glad they do. That rocks for sure. Sorry, I need another sippy here. My throat's. Okay, Kyler, I'm about to boot you off of the podcast. I'm just kidding. You cannot say you feel old yet at 26, my love. And I say that with all the love in the world. 26, gosh, that was a lifetime ago, bud. Wow. But now I understand because when I was 26, I felt that way too. But trust me, you've got many, many years of really cool stuff ahead of you. So, not old yet. Lizzie says apparently Target is bad about employees buying and reselling limited edition stock. Always check the app. That is a good bit of advice because they can be sneaky. And when we go Saturday, they're supposed to have, I know I just keep going back to Rocky Horror, but excuse me, they're supposed to have the popcorn buckets for Rocky Horror. And I told my brother, I'm like, the thing is, the employees snag them all and sell them on eBay. So I don't even know if we'll be able to get one, but I would absolutely love that. If during the show next week you guys notice there's like a Rocky Horror popcorn bucket up here, you'll know that I was successful. Let's see here. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad we make your day feel good, Kyler. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Lizzie and Mortimer have been together for as long as Kyler's been alive. Wow. That is awesome. That's crazy. I always forget, like, trying to think what I was doing at 26. Yeah, just working. That's crazy. What's crazy is I blinked and I'm 50. That's what's crazy. But you know what? Just make sure that you take the time to enjoy things. Don't take everything so seriously. You know, none of us is going to get out of it alive, so don't take life too seriously. Just enjoy it, you know. That's all we can do. Mortimer says they sold out of all the Toxic Avenger popcorn buckets here before you could even watch the movie. Yes, I know. You guys know Purple Pam. She was saying the same thing about going to Toxic Avenger in New York, and then she got her hands on one, and Annie got her hands on one I saw too. So I figure I'll wait because I'm patient for things that I want, and I can wait a couple years until the people who are like, oh, it's going to go up. You know, maybe it won't. Maybe somebody that has a stockpile of Toxic Avenger popcorn buckets is going to want to unload them, and then I can swoop in and get mine then. That'd be pretty cool. Luna says Kyler's your love child. Lizzie and Mortimer. Oh, don't feel old, Lucy. Old is a state of mind, and we're all still young because we're all having fun. You know, that's the way to do it. Take the time to enjoy your life because you never know what's around the corner. My best friend always says God sees around corners, and I love that because we can't. So you never know what's up around the bend that you don't even see coming. That's going to be freaking amazing. So that's what I like to think about. Let's see. Mortimer says, if he is, I hope he's got his mother's looks. You guys are so cute. All right, so to switch gears a little bit, I wanted to start a discussion about something that I've seen all over Facebook recently. It's probably on Instagram too. But my friend helped me figure out how to do this because I'm not savvy in this way. But have you guys seen these things? It's like supposed to be like a scary movie thing. Now, first of all, I'm not gonna lie, that cleavage is rocking. But it looks like me and Jenna Ortega had a baby. And then in this one, that one's not as much. There was another one from that batch that looked more like Rose McGowan. who I was told when I was younger I looked like, and I never thought so until I saw like these AI things of, that looked like a mix. So, my thoughts. I'm typically anti AI art because I know too many artists, and um AI is really cool for like filler. Like if you're doing a movie or something and you need to stitch a couple different scenes together, or like a special effect, or that isn't feasible. But like we've talked about this before, how you can be like super creative too. So what do you guys think about trends like this? Do you think that, like boo, hiss, hiss, boo, AI no no? Or do you think it's fun, and in the terms of like a trend, it's going to be here and be gone, so it's not that big of a deal to use AI for that? What are your thoughts? Um, yeah, I think the second looks more like me too. The first one, I really just see Jenna Ortega, but I was just watching Wednesday, so maybe that's why. Um, Lizzie said our friend Allie did a cute one where the AI gave her a third hand to pet her cat. Oh, that's so cute. I want to do one of the Halloween things, but I'm going to use Muffy instead of me. I'm going to use my chocolate lab. I think that would be adorable. Uh, Lucy says I don't like AI anything. Mortimer says I want to be the guy on the bed and the scary one in the back. Yeah, why not, right? And Luna says not a big deal. Yeah, like for things like the trend, I think that they're fun. But then I think we're all uploading pictures of ourselves and it's like a data grab. But then I think so is social media. I go back and forth with it. I'm just like, honestly, if the government is tracking me, I feel bad for the person that's assigned to me because they're probably bored out of their skull. Um, because I'm very, very much like a homebody. I'm very routine oriented. I don't I love doing my fun adventures with like the indie films, and like stuff like that. But I'm most of the time it's me in my sweats with my dog, So the person assigned to me is bored out of their head. But some of it I think is like the price we pay to live in these times. They're going to be getting everybody's data. All of the apps that we use, like the rebates for shopping, they're tracking what groceries you get, all that stuff. So let's see what you guys think. Luna says I use AI to help me do outlining things I want to do. Okay. And used it to animate locked. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Lizzie says, I don't like the environmental impacts. Those processing centers need work. Fair. Oh, to animate pictures of your gram. I did that of my grandparents years ago. There was a website that did it, like before AI was even called AI, like a long time ago. And, it wasn't perfect, but it was enough to make my heart go, oh, I miss them, So let's see. Lucy says, put your holograph on it if you're going to put a picture on the internet. There you go. Hey, Toastberry made it. Hello, hello, hello. Quick, say happy birthday to Kyler. His birthday is Sunday. And Lucy says they already have all of our data. What are you talking about? That's what I mean. Like, that's why part of me goes, I don't know if, we should be doing this because of that. And then part of me is like, what don't they have? It's all out there in this this day and age, Let's see. Mortimer says, I like AI tools in the hands of the actual artists like Looney and Luna. Yes, exactly. And that's something different too. If you're using it with your art, then that's one thing. But it's like the people that use it to scam other people. It's like everything else. It's all how you use it. It's a tool. So I think it can be abused like anything else. And there's I just looked it up. What's her name? Tilly. I was just looking at this like 20 minutes before we started this podcast. What is her name? Tilly Norwood. Have you guys heard of Tilly Norwood yet? If you haven't, it's an AI actress. So she's like completely designed by, it's completely AI generated. It says sparks controversy among human actors who claim their work was, sorry, I have my camera in the way, was used to train the AI without their permission or compensation. So yeah, that's an issue where they've created completely generated AI actress, but used bits and pieces of real people without their permission. That's when it gets scary. That's when it gets scary. Hey, Shadi! Awesome. Let's see. Yep. And Lucy says, just don't make it easy for them to cherry pick your data up. Yep. And Variant says, just so you know, people's personal messages have turned up in Chat GPT responses. Anything that gets scanned, typed, uploaded, or sold can turn up at any time and is utterly undetectable. That's what's so scary about it. Yep. And Luna says, I'm always upfront when I use it for a pic or graphic. Exactly. And that's responsible, but all of us, no matter how locked up tight we think our information is, somebody's got the key, whether it's our medical records, whether it's our government documents, no matter what it is, they can Mortimer, they can get their hands on it, I'm sure. Mortimer says they will just get pictures of my brown winking. I think you meant your brown eye, but your brown winking works too. Oh my God, that just reminded me. Have you guys been watching Gen V? Friggin' love that show. Just watched it before we joined up tonight. Let's see. So Severian says it's already scary. Most of the AIs have already been trained on everyone's entire Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Anything at all that was posted public has been used to train AI. Exactly. And you ever like go on and all of a sudden your settings aren't what you set them for? So you kind of like I never agreed to that, but all of a sudden your settings are set to share all kinds of stuff that you weren't thinking you were going to. But again, it's kind of like I've got, almost 2 decades worth of stuff on my Facebooks. Like, maybe I'm lazy. Maybe it's just that I don't really think I'm special enough to use my things for evil. But, at this point, I think that there's more powerful people that they'd be interested in getting their stuff than little old me. Oh, Lucy's ready to ditch TikTok. So I have not posted on my TikTok since the Danger Yam came back saying that he saved TikTok, however long ago that was. So I haven't posted on it. I still have it because people will share videos with me and then I go on there to watch it. But I haven't posted on my accounts in months. I haven't done the TikTok shop purple coupon thing, any of that stuff in a long time. Because that one seems to be really volatile as far as data collection and who's in charge of it and all that. So I was kind of like, let's see. Oh, you've never heard Danger Yam before? That's one of my many nicknames. Mortimer says, like to make them think I'm crazy and dumb like peanut butter, the world's best hair gel. That can be fun, Oh, maybe it's Maybelline. Luna says, it's fucked up for TLP page. TLP page. I look at my notifications and it's not regarding page, it's groups and people I don't follow, and it's fucked up. Agreed. I've been noticing my Facebook especially. I have to go through 9 or 10 groups and people I don't even follow before I see a friend's post. It's aggravating. And I just keep blocking them. I'm just like, don't know you block, don't know you block, don't know you block. Like, but they just keep giving me more groups and people I don't know. And it's annoying because that's not why I'm there. I'm there to connect with all y'all, all the people that I love. And if there's like a friend of a friend or a group that are friends in that I might be interested in, sure, make that 1 out of every 20 posts instead of my friends being 1 out of every 20 posts. That's crazy. Let's see. Blue Sky, I'm on. I haven't even opened that app in months. Because it was one of those that was really cool when it started and then it got ruined. So I haven't been on that one in a while. So Severian says once Musk got all of his computers into the government buildings, there's no question he kept illegal copies of everything. I believe that. Mortimer says, tell them my favorite pastime is long walks on the beach with marshmallows between my butt cheeks. Talk about your fluffer nutter. Let's see. Luna says, I've tried going through notifications and can't find where or how I get these notifications. It makes no sense. And once you get it set the way you want it, you go back the next time and it's completely different again. It's absolutely ridiculous. Lucy says, people I never knew are on my friends list. I don't know. Yeah, like who? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't know which part of the conversation Kyler said what to, because there's a lot of what's going on right now. Mort's on a roll. That's awesome. Let's see. And Lizzie says 100%. I will be mad about that for the rest of my days. Yes, absolutely. That's just one in a long line of what the fuck we're dealing with in this timeline. Oh, okay. Luna says people I have no clue about. Yeah, I don't understand why they're popping up. And that's been within the last couple of years. Like, Facebook's done some wacky shit, but that one's a newer one. And I don't like how you don't see what people post for like 5 days or like a month. I get more notifications from people who posted 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, what? That's why with things like the podcast, or if I'm going to an event, I try to tag everyone or tag highlights to hope that most people will see it within a timely manner. Because half the time you find out about stuff, it's a week ago. It's like, I would have gone if I knew about it last week. Mortimer. Rolling down the hill covered in honey, dressed as the Easter Bunny. You need to write these down in a book of poetry. It would sell on Amazon. Yep. And Luna says the algorithm is fucked. It absolutely is. But it's crazy how, like, if we all started talking about, like, Skippy peanut butter, since that's what Mortimer was talking about, peanut butter, by the time we get off this podcast, we'll all have ads for Skippy peanut butter in our newsfeed because they're listening. Yeah. I wonder how the fuck I get these things to come up on my feed. Truly, like, some of the stuff I'm like, what was I talking about to make this appear in my newsfeed? It is very helpful around Christmas, though. If you're looking for that gift and you can't find it anywhere, just start talking about it around your phone. It'll pop up in your newsfeed. That's another thing, like newsfeed ads. Sometimes I get sucked into them and I wind up buying stuff that, like, I'm pretty lucky so far, knock wood, that I have a good record of newsfeed companies actually sending me what they're advertising, because some of it I guarantee is garbage. One that I didn't have success with, and it's funny because it's a Halloween theme, I got they were selling they were like bread molds and they're skulls. And in the ad, they show somebody with it in their hands and they put like pizza in the middle. So it's like bread on the outside shaped like a skull, and the inside was the sauce and the cheese. And so you open up the skull, and it's like raw, like stretching mozzarella. Whoa. I'm like, that looks pretty cool. My kids were still younger at the time, so I'm like, they will get a blast out of this. And I'm thinking you can make, like marshmallow and chocolate and like a s'more, like all kinds of things. You do like cherry pie filling, like have a lot of fun with this. So I got so excited. I think I ordered like 2 for me and 2 for my best friend or something. These things were like ice cube trays. You are not making like Totino's pizza roll skulls. Like by the time you got everything together, it would just explode all over the oven. I was so pissed. I don't even know where they are. They're probably in the Halloween box because I might have been like, I'll make ice cubes out of them, and then I never did. That was a fail. But most of the time, I've gotten some good stuff. And I just ordered for, I don't think my brother's watching. My big brother's watching. Shh, turn it off because it's a surprise. But for he and I ordered the Rocky Horror Picture Show advent calendar, and like each day has a little Rocky Horror Picture Show character. According to the tracking, it's in Denmark right now. So we'll see if I just could have opened up my car window and thrown the cash out, or if I'm actually going to get this thing. Hopefully I get it because it looks really adorable, and I hope it's an actual thing and not a scam. But most of the stuff that I've gotten off of them have worked. Have you guys ever ordered things off of these newsfeed ads? And if so, let me know. Was it a smash or trash? Since I can't do that with the music anymore, was it smash, success, or trash? Wah, wah, it didn't work. Let's see here. Do we prefer jelly or syrup? Inquiring Mortimers want to know. So you can put your answer in the comments here. Let's see. I feel like no, I didn't miss anything there. Let's see. Skull gummies would have been awesome. I have to see if I can find them. I have little pumpkin ice cube trays. So every day I drink this pre-workout, even if I'm not working out. I might have a little bit of an addiction to it, but I decided I would be smart and make my ice cubes out of the pre-workout so that I can put it in there. And then when it melts, it's not watering it down. It's still, but they just got slimy. So I stopped making them. So I don't know if I might be able to make gummy pumpkins. I'll give that a shot. Let's say. Luna says depends on the jelly or syrup. And Mortimer says, I will go first, LOL. I prefer jelly unless on pancakes or waffles. If I'm feeling fancy, apple butter. I love apple butter. I haven't had that in ages because I don't think I've ever found it sugar-free, and I can't have the sugar. Oh, and Lucy says, is it sugar-free? Let's see here. Tanya has had success ordering off of Facebook ads, but has only done it twice. Hey, 100% success rating counts, whether it's 2 or 200. That's what I say. Luna says, syrup for me or fresh fruit. She also loves gummies. Let's see. Lizzie has had about a 75% success ordering stuff off of random Facebook ads. Only had my info stolen once, but I used a credit card that's super easy to lock and have replaced. That's smart. That's another thing. Make sure you're using something that if it is a scam, you can shut it down before they get into all of your stuff. Oh, Kyler's taking off, so love you, buddy. Happy birthday. Have a good birthday this weekend. Awesome. And again, congratulations on the new job. That is fantastic. Protein gummies. Protein gummies are a good idea. There used to be the company that I'm affiliated with sold basically like it's kind of like a shake, more like a smoothie for kids called, I think it was called Daily Sunshine or something like that. And we used to make gummies out of that for our weekend events, one of the other people in the market council would make these gummies. So you probably can make protein gummies. I would bet there's like a recipe out there. Pumpkin butter is good. All right. Lucy says apple butter. Num. Oh, Luna's saying pumpkin butter is good on pancakes. And we got a couple yums. Awesome. Yeah, we used to, when I was little, we used to put peanut butter on pancakes and then like sprinkle powdered sugar on top of that. That was some good shiznit. Back in the day when I could eat stuff like that. Let's see. Mortimer has a response for protein gummies, but it's the wrong show. Oh, we all can assume, I'm sure. That's hysterical. Now I'm going to be looking up protein gummies. THC gummies. Let's see. Oh, all right. Shannon says you can find some no sugar added apple butter, but hard when the fruit has natural sugar. Yes, like when I say I don't do sugar, I mean like white sugar. Like the added sugars. I try to not do artificial sweeteners and all that, but fruit sugar is good. And of course you can have too much of any good thing is too much. I just opened the door for another Mortimer comment, but typically I don't count fructose in the same as I do sucrose, Let's see. Mortimer said, I'm sorry, I have a filthy mind. Do not ever apologize for that, my friend. Yes, like Luna says, we love your dirty mind. My mind is nice and comfy and warm and cozy in the gutter where it belongs. So we can all hang out in there. It's a good time. Let's see. I'm going to be looking up that no sugar added apple butter. Num, 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 num. It's been a long time since I've had that. That's some good stuff. That's bringing back memories. And honey butter. I know my mom used to buy that, and it came in like the little spreadable thing, and it had like a little bee on it. It was so cute. Fruit sugar is great. I don't count it either for edible panties either. I don't want to know what kind of sugar they put in it. I never even thought about that. Let's see. Lizzie says, I'm waiting for studies to come out on the dangers of too much protein. You know why protein is in everything and carbs are demonized. Guess. Well, I know carbs are, it's another thing. Like there's simple and complex carbs. So some carbs are better than others, and I'm sure some proteins better than others as well. But Tanya says my mind would be homeless if it had to get out of the gutter. Oh, it's stupid. It's a stupid reason. And so Severian says carbs are demonized because they are the path to insulin spikes. But that's like this. And Lizzie says, nope. I'm trying to think because, like, for the most part, you need to have the right amount of all of the things. Like, too much of anything isn't good. But I'm trying to think of why they would be demonizing carbs if it wasn't for the insulin spikes, like weight gain, stuff like that. Because good carbs are a good energy source, but it's the complex carbs, not the processed foods, because that's what sucks is they're just processing the crap out of everything, so nothing has any nutritional value anymore. But now I'm curious, Lizzie, what were you going to say? Because I'm curious what the reason is. Lucy says that's why I like to get all the craft fairs around the holidays so I can get all the booths that sell honey raw. That sounds good. Hey, Johnny! I'm so glad you hopped on here too. That's awesome. Mortimer says brisket is its own food group. Never speak ill of the best food ever. Oh, and Luna made, is it birria? birria chili. Let's see. Lucy says, I used to be diabetic and now I'm more of a hypoglycemic. Okay. I'm thinking that's a step in the right direction. Are you serious, Lizzie? Because decades ago it was decided that protein was a masculine macro and carbs were feminine. That's why protein keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed. We need to stop assigning gender to things that gender isn't even, it's fluid. Stop it. Stop it. Let's see. Oh, hey, Annie. Yay. Patriarchy, the stupidest reason. Let's see. No, I've never had those kind of tacos. What is that? I've never even heard of that. Is that a type of meat? Let me see. Let me see here. Let's see here. I'm just looking up. Let's see. Oh, that's a person. Never mind. Sorry, my phone's being a butt. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to look up the history of the let's see here. Okay, it's a Mexican beef or lamb stew. Okay, I've never heard of that. I'm not a lamb eater, but beef I'd be all about. That sounds good. Let's see. Mortimer said he put his man proteins all over the female carb and eat it all day, every day. It's called a sandwich. That's so funny. And that's probably where the idea originated. Stupid. Let's see. Oh, okay. Shannon says it's so good. Awesome. Oh, okay. And there's a recipe for am I saying it right? Barilla? Because I'm assuming it's Spanish. So barilla, you'd roll the R's on Luna projects. Okay. I will definitely check that out because that sounds like something that I would enjoy very, very much. I love tacos. So that is awesome. All right. So we are under 10 minutes to go already. I cannot believe it. You guys rock. You got when I hang out with you, the time just flies because I'm having so much fun. So in our last 10 minutes, yes, you roll the R. That's what I was saying. It's barria. Roll that R. So in the last little bit of time that we have together, let's play some Pick a Page. Oh, and you know what? Me being me. If you haven't already gotten a copy of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self, you can get your copy at learnedingogo.com, available in paperback and ebook. I am so bad at marketing my own book, so I wanted to make sure that I took a chance to do that. And now let's play a game of Pick a Page. Pick a Page. So I need somebody to put a page number in the comments between 1 and 300 and then pick A or B for which book we're going to read it from. Oh, thank you. Please tell Pam I said thank you. Next time you're talking to her about it. I love that she loves my book. That is awesome. All right, Luna picks 17. Do you want A or B? Pick a book. Which book are we reading from tonight? B. All right. B is The Encyclopedia of Unusual Sex Practices by Brenda Love. And as I said before, this came out in 1992, so some of the stuff might be a little bit dated, but it's fun to learn. So let's go to page 17, which is... Nope, that's 15. There's some interesting illustrations in here. Okay. Drugs. In general, drugs, even when taken in moderation, will lower inhibitions and have a slight analgesic effect, making it possible for some premature ejaculators to last longer. However, many make orgasm impossible. Drugs do not initiate sexual arousal, but enhance the feeling if it is already present. So then we've got a ton of different kinds of drugs. We have alcohol, amphetamines, amyl nitrate, also called poppers, barbiturates, cocaine, ice, which is methamphetamine, ketamine, LSD, marijuana, MDA, MDMA, mescaline, nitrous oxide, quaaludes. I told you this is an old book. Spanish fly, trazodone. I don't even know how to say that one. And then it says, caution. There are many issues involved in a decision to use alcohol or drugs to improve sexual arousal. Caution. Okay. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Lucy. Yeah, I do need to market my book more because after Christmas is less than 89 days away. Wow. I don't know if they still have Quaaludes. Anytime I reference them, it's in a joke. And yeah, Funky Cole Medina. When I got to the Spanish Fly, I was thinking of Beastie Boys. Yes, Luna, I want them to bring back Real Sex. I want them to put the old episodes on HBO Max. They have to be somewhere. Somebody has to have them. They need to bring them back. All right, somebody else. Pick a page 1 through 300, book A or book B, and we'll do another little reading for this evening. And I have I love whenever we're doing this one because I'm just I didn't expect drugs to be one of the things. Who knew? Oh wow, that's kind of scary. Okay, let's see. Yes, Taxi Cab Confessions was a good one. Hookers on the Point was a good one. Let's see. All right. 37 in a row in B. Let's see here. 19, 25, 29. More pictures are cracking me up. Let's see here. Bondage. Bondage refers to the act of restricting the movement of a person. Bondage can be physical or symbolic and may involve many different methods. Primitive cultures use bondage on stolen brides to prevent their escape. This form of restraint eventually evolved into symbolic bindings around the waist, legs, wrist, and according to some, the finger. The tradition of carrying the bride across the threshold also comes from this custom. I didn't know that. Okay. There was a strange twist to sex and bondage during the 19th century when parents were encouraged to bind the hands of their sons behind their backs to prevent them from masturbating. Adult men were not exempt and were often expected to have the same thing done to them. Okay. Today, television programs are full of abduction and bondage scenes. Children play cowboys and Indians using rope bondage. I never quite thought of it that way. And in 1989, over 40% of the patients in American nursing homes were put into restraint. That's horrible. Regardless of the popularity of bondage, it is not always socially acceptable for adults to utilize it for sex play. Okay, so never thought of cowboys and Indians that way. Maybe tying somebody to the railroad tracks, but never, okay. Let's see. 37B, and Luna says, breast size, Lizzie. Mortimer says, tie me to the bedpost, which now has me singing Eve 6. All right, one more, pick a page, and then we will wrap up tonight's show. So somebody give me a number between 1 and 300, and whether we're doing A or B. It's pick a page. Pick a page. I gotta make up a song so I can play it while I'm waiting for the the answers. And Mortimer says, nope, Luna bigger. And Lizzie said, not since fourth grade. All right, 55 and A. Awesome. So we're going to Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go by me. And it is page number 55. So then there are random foods like candy, caramel, sage, and ginger, as well as brand names like Hershey. I even worked with a puddin' once. Car makes and models were popular choices. Mercedes, Lexus, Porsche, as well as precious jewels and gemstones like diamond, sapphire, emerald, and onyx, and geographical names like Savannah, Dakota, and Dallas. Some girls went with names that described what they might be providing to the customer, such as Fantasy or Fantasia, Destiny, and Delight. The most popular was any name you could stripperize by changing the Y at the end to an I. Brandy, Mandy, Nikki, Brittany, etc. Or in my case, an EE for Sydney. Ta-da! That was the chapter on the names of girls I worked with. And if you read the book, you know the most ridiculous name that I could remember when I was writing the book anyway. So if you don't know, you'll have to buy a copy. And then you can know which one I was talking about. I can still see her. Mortimer's name would be Dusty Marshmallow. I think we used to make something like that where we'd use cocoa powder from like hot cocoa mix and put it on like vanilla ice cream or something like that. When you said Dusty Marshmallow, that just popped into my head. But yes, it is that time, my friends. Thank you again for being understanding and patient with me while I'm dealing with this. And while I needed to take last week off, I really when I couldn't do it Wednesday, I really wanted to do it Thursday, and I was fine until I ate something, and then I just was not fine, and I'm not okay, but I will be. So I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me and joining me tonight because you're making my heart smile, and I really needed that. So thank you guys. You rock. I love you. I love you. I love you. And as always, I have to click the right thing over here. When you're dealing with life's down things, as we all need to occasionally, just remember you have to take them head on. Because when you stick your head in the sand, you think you're hiding from the problems, but the rest of the world just sees a big ass. Love you.